becomes a reality. It's believing through all the stops along the way to the journey home. When it's in your DNA, it's always time to play ball.
Hi, everybody. It's Book Shambi. Welcome to the show.
I like Loth. Atlanta re-signs Raisel Iglesias for 1 year, 16 million. Team here. So. Also trade Dubon for Nick Allen. Trade Nick Allen for Dubon. He's saving money, like $4 million from it. I don't know if it's for a move or whatever. Nick Allen. Oh, Prime has on Max. Nick Allen. So go start out by the Blue Jays. Go for box runner, uncle.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. The Atlanta Braves going up against the Chicago White Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about ready to roll here. Starting on the mound in this one, Jesse Schultens. Not the best results a year ago. Looking for better this season, Chris.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on. But he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
Ellie De La Cruz in the box now. No balls and a strike.
First pitch, 12 balls.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. Runner on the move. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, he's batting leadoff, and he's acting like a traditional leadoff hitter. Gets on base to start the game, then puts himself on second with a nice stolen bag. I think that sets the tone for the offense for sure.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. You're in game one of this three-game set. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
He's dealing with a great two-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
And a pitch. Ripped to short. Throws across the diamond. They get the out on Acuna. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. Singy, we're looking at a really young lineup here, so not much experience, but it also means they're going to bring a lot of energy to the table most days.
Well, we're in a golden age of young players. I mean, these players, they're getting up to the majors. They're dominating from a young age, bringing home plenty of hardware early in their careers. I mean, before they even get to free agency. So, you know, when you consider all of that, I love seeing the kind of energy that a team like this brings to the yard every day in and day out.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Man at second with one away. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A gigantic blast. His first homer of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Hitters today are looking to pull the ball and get it in the air. Even on a breaking ball away, does a nice job of staying square to the plate, allowing his arms to get extended and get good wood to it.
One out, base is empty. Gunnar Henderson next up for the Braves. Makes the sliding stop. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. Hard hit, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. Our starter in this one, Bryce Elder.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
First base.
Nicky Lopez up to the plate. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. Right through there for a strike.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Fought off foul.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
Grounded to third, could be 2. Henderson, wide throw, and it gets away. Here's Eloy Jimenez. Right through there for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
Swing and a miss.
After the loss yesterday afternoon where they really didn't ever get things going on offense, I think this is an important opportunity right here to pick up an early run.
Got him. And that's the first out. Luis Robert now. There's a strike. Two on, 1 out. Ground ball left side. Goes to second for 1. Over to Alonso. Double play. 1 error in the inning, but it doesn't hurt him. We head to the second on the south side. It's the Braves 3 and the White Sox nothing. New inning getting started. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies. Yeah, the right-hander back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Albies is playing on the road, so you know that means he's been FaceTiming with his pet fish. This guy owns a few home aquariums, and it's no secret he likes talking to his fish when he's away. In fact, Albies had cameras installed so he can check on the fish anytime he wants.
Man at first. Here's Adley Rutschman. On the ground, 2 ball. Off balance feed, there's 1 and 2. In time to first for the double play.
I think 4 6-3 double plays like that are way tougher than these guys make it look sometimes, because no matter how you do it, the feed from the second baseman is a tough one. That's where footwork really comes into play, but right there, very well done.
To third. Slides, but it gets by him. Makes the turn and heads for second. Caught in a rundown now. The relay to second, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
2 outs. That's inside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offering is in for a strike. The White Sox trailing by 3, bottom half of inning number 2. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. 2 left on. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Braves 3 and the White Sox nothing. Here on the south side, top half of the third inning, here's the shortstop at the plate, Ellie De La Cruz. Schultens back to work. Line to left. Benintendi puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. He wrote a terrific piece before the season that detailed his love for baseball.
Yeah, he and his friends would play at the beach, in a huge lot behind the hospital, or out on the street. All they needed was a newspaper and some tape, and they were ready for a game.
Hard hit, left field, base hit.
That's so good.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Acuna runs. That's in for a strike. The throw, tag, and he's out.
That's just a perfect catch and throw right there. You get a guy with that kind of speed trying to take second. He's got such a good arm back there, but that had to be on the money. Pressure situation, if you will, right on top of it.
Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Here's Pete Alonso. Strike one. Schultz, 30 years old now, and he was a 9th-round draft pick back in 2016. At the belt and fires. Ripped on the ground a second. They take the force out, and that is that. One left for Atlanta, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. One down. Next is the designated hitter, Eloy Jimenez. Struck out looking his first time. There's a strike.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Way out front for strike two.
No balls. 2 strikes.
And misses. It's a strikeout. Man at first, and now it's Luis Robert. He's 0 for 1. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. A massive home run. His first homer of the year, and they throw a pair on the board. And we're back. And the batter now, Gunnar Henderson.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Now it's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. 0 for 1 so far. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Runner from second crosses the plate, and they lead by 2.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit, and he's already singled in this game. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. That was blasted to the moon. His first homer of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-2. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Adley Rutschman. And it's fouled away.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They're putting together strong at-bats with good contact, and 5 of their hits have come on the ground. That's a lot of ground ball base hits. I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Pete Crow Armstrong next up for the Braves. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Right-hander kicks, deals. Drops one down in front of the plate. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down a bunt. I mean, this is just the latest example of him using his speed to his advantage. And
Shane Drohan taking over on the mound. This is his 3rd time out this year. So the batting order turns over. Ellie De La Cruz next up for the Braves. Double play ball to second. Lopez in plenty of time to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
That was a productive at bat. You know you're doing something right anytime you help move 2 runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. 1 out, bases loaded. Now at the plate, Jake Fraley.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Left-hand hitter waits. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. 1 run is in.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Bases loaded with 1 away. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He's already homered in this game. Fouled off. He was late. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Liner caught at second.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
Down the third baseman, Gunnar Henderson. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And a foul ball.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the...
Base hit, 1 run is in. Runner holds up at third, base is still loaded. 2 away as 1 comes across.
With the bases juiced, he refused to get pull happy. He stayed within himself, drove the ball to center field. That'll get across a run.
So here's the Braves designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. The other way. Base hit, 1 run in already. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play, and it's an 8-run lead.
Back-to-back base hits. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Ozzy Albies up to the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Takes it to the base for the force out, and that is the inning. But they score 7 times to blow this thing open. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Braves 10 and the White Sox 2. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
Just downplaying the over title sucks. It's not a great move, I think.
Kata. Man at first. Dominic Fletcher, the next to hit.
Dominic Fletcher.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that gets down for a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Maldonado, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
0-2.
On its way to the corner, Acuna after it. Puts it away for the out.
Up next to the White Sox.
2 on with 1 out. And the batter will be the shortstop, Paul DeYoung. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Swinging a foul straight back. Swings through that one out in front that time.
No ball.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Benintendi up here. And first offering is fouled off.
If he can get through this one, put up a 0, this will help in his outings to come.
Swing and a miss. 0-2.
0-2.
And down on strikes he goes. And that's the third out.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Adley Rutschman. Drohan back to work. That one pushed foul. The 0-1. Line drive, base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And here is Pete Crow Armstrong. Bunting for a hit. Bare hands it. Tough play. Not in time. He's safe.
Nearly a highlight reel play at third, but the bare hand grab still wasn't enough to get the out. Great effort to make that play as close as it was, though.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Braves lineup. Now here is Elly De La Cruz. 1 for 3. That one ripped but foul.
You can feel the extra attention on Elly anytime he comes to the plate. This guy's a player that keeps you on the edge of your seat because you don't know what he's going to do next. He can hit for power, steals bases. He can throw the ball 100 miles per hour across the infield. He's electric.
Kicks and deals. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Here's Acuna now. 1 for 2. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. And a bunt towards third. And he grabs it in foul ground. Base hit, left center field. Here comes Rutschman around third. He will score, and it's 11-2.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just an awesome swing of the bat, quick hands, and just launched the baseball. 108 on the exit velocity. Man, that
Davy Garcia comes on now.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And now it's going to be Jake Frate.
Ball 4. Take your base.
One gone, runner at first. Here's the left fielder, Jake Fraley. 4 for 4 with a double and 3 singles. Acuna runs. Strike in there. Throw is low, and he can't pick it. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, with a good arm behind the dish, it's definitely a roll of the dice here to try to steal second base. Man, he can zip it down there so quickly. That was a pretty good throw as well, but really good, clean, stolen base. He could be pretty proud of himself.
Ball 4. Take your base.
So first and second with one gone. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. He's already homered here in this one. Well struck left field. And that one is out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 16-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Well, the intentional walk definitely backfired on them right there, and they thought they were setting themselves up for a better situation, but when you're coming to the plate in that spot, there's nothing you want to do more than make them.
Touki Toussaint gets the call from the pen.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Base is empty, 1 away. Now the third.
I'm still like Toussaint.
Third baseman, Gunnar Henderson. And that one is in for a strike.
First base.
Runner on at first with one gone. Ronald Acuna Jr. next up for the Braves. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick, not rushed, and accurate.
Here's the cleanup hitter for the Sox, Luis Robert. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the... Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. They turn things over to the southpaw, Dylan Lee.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
You're out.
I don't care, man. If these guys, I don't care if this guy's a good one. I don't care.
3. You're out.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 2 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
This one's forcing.